Matsenjua of Swaziland, Dix USA, Collins St Kitts Nevis, Sayoud Egypt, Schneeberger Switzerland. First heat, the 200 metres. And away without any problem from the gun this time. Kim Collins is blazing away in lane 6. He's opened up a gap of Walter Dix. Ogunodi is expected, running pretty well with Ernst in lanes 2 and 3, and it's still in the red vest. Kim Collins, but here comes Walter Dix now. And first 3 sure to go through, and it's close. It's Dix first. Then I think Sayoud finished really well as well, and I think Collins just got up, or was it Ogunodi? They were pretty close together. Photo can really determine that to make sure, but it was surprisingly close with 4 men in contention and 3 sure to go through. But it was a pretty quick heat as well. 20.42 shown there as the winning time for Walter Dix. Mild wind speed of 0.3 meters per second behind the runners.
Well, it was actually Kim Collins that came through and got that. As he no trouble this time for Bolt. And he's away. Also going well there is Barnett of Canada on his inside. Usain is coming off the bend. He's running a little bit wide, but he's going to be clear. Also Matthew on the inside there of Bahamas running well, but Bolt is just relaxing now. Coasting. Matthew is in second place. Coming through hard there is Maslak. Those 3. 1, 2, 3. And the big man out of his blocks this time, and no problems whatsoever.
I must admit, Steve, I've never heard an atmosphere like that before for the heats of anything.
Well, they waited for him for the 100 metres, and disappointment. You could feel the sigh of disappointment as he was given that red card. The whole stadium almost went into silence. They come to watch him, and they really now, I think, have taken the chance of seeing him run at his best in the 200 metres.
Well, over a second slower, of course, than when he smashed the world record in the World Championship final in Berlin, 19.19. Those figures are absolutely stunning. But look at this, coming off the bend, just looked across there. That's very disconcerting for your fellow competitors, isn't it, when there's still 80 meters or so to run, and the leader just looks across and goes, yeah, I can afford to ease down now. Mathieu, the Bahamas came through well, as did Maslak, as you said, with Christian Malcolm there, 20.66 in 4th place. The Briton will have to wait to see whether he can go through as one of the fastest losers.
Well, I must admit, I don't think perhaps he's in his Olympic form. I think he said that himself this year. He's not in 100% shape, but it doesn't really mean that he's not going to run exceptionally well. Absolutely beautiful there, controlled race, easing down as we always see from Usain when he knows he's got the race under control. And those long legs really just bouncing along, looking up at the scoreboard, looking across. That's good that he's got that one heat out of his system, I think. Put the ghosts away. Confirmation of the time, as Paul was said, 23.0 for Bolt. Matthew just behind, 24.6. Maslak, Czech Republic, 26.3. Those 3 go through by Wright, and Christian Malcolm of Great Britain will have to wait now for the rest of the heats to see whether he goes through as one of the fastest losers. Another look at the great band out there on his own. Quite a lot of the Jamaicans actually are getting the outside lane in the qualifying round, so maybe that's not a bad thing for him. Very comfortable. And look at the others behind, at least 4 or 5 meters behind the man that's easing down. Across the line. No problems at all.
Sono riuscito ad esprimere un grandissimo potenziale nello sprint, tolto Tyson Gay che si è operato all'anche, quindi insomma soffrono un pochino. Ndure è stato bravo, lo vediamo, è tra gli sprinter uno dei più filiformi, leggero, e quindi sui 200 si esprime molto bene.
Stefano, Said Ndure sta
assorbendo bene le lezioni di John Smith, anche tecnicamente ha acquisito una bella tecnica di corsa. Qui ha corso,
sì, ha corso molto bene.
Lui correva molto meglio i 100 che non i 2, qui ha dato una bella prova di efficienza.
John Smith adesso gli sposterà piano piano l'azione, il turnover come lo chiamano gli americani, glielo sposterà in avanti come fa la Jeter. Ma sì, già come vedi appena rimbalza cerca di avanzare con le ginocchia.
Patton molto incassato in partenza, gesticolava con la testa, non ho capito che cosa gli fosse successo, però come dicevi bene tu, gli americani non sono più lo squadrone degli anni passati.
Puoi vedere un americano che fa 20-80,
no.
Non ci sono quest'anno.
Nulla da fare sui tempi di recupero, perché il quarto atleta è un irlandese 21,02, dunque non rientra.
Batteria dei 200 metri uomini. Allora abbiamo appena visto Usain Bolt, adesso sarà il turno di Jesuma Seidindure, Darvis Patton, corsia 4, corsia 7, sono i 2 migliori tempi quest'anno dagli atleti di questa batteria.
3 tempi da recuperare, si va da 20,54 a 20,70 di Cerandi Martina, l'olandese.
Partenza valida, allora occhio, quarta corsia per Darvis Patton, che quest'anno è l'over 30 più veloce al mondo, nel 2011 meglio anche dei King Collins. Una buona curva quella per Patton, all'esterno però Jesuma Seidindure in settima corsia è attualmente davanti proprio a Patton. In prima corsia c'è il finlandese Ostrand che va per il terzo posto e poi dovrebbe arrivare anche l'irlandese Polession, questi i 4 con 1,1 m di vento contrario. Sensazioni, Stefano Tilli?
Beh, anche qui una gara...
Lo strepitoso Christophe Lemaitre, quarto nei 100 metri qui a Daegu. Occhio anche in corsia esterna in settima Marvin Anderson, il giamaicano, un primato da 20,06, quest'anno 20,27. Lui e Lemaitre migliori tempi in questa quarta batteria. Lemaitre è in quinta corsia.
Qui Lemaitre ha una grande chance sui 200.
Valida la partenza, intanto non è partito Brendan Christian in sesta corsia, dunque Lemaitre subito una buona curva per lui, si presenta sul rettilineo finale avanti a tutte. Bene anche il giapponese Shinji Takahira in seconda corsia. Lemaitre intanto non benissimo all'esterno, il giamaicano 20,51 con 1,1 m di vento contrario. Una bella impressione per Christophe Lemaitre,
spinge tantissimo,
passoni senza essere rotondo. Ora una corsa rotonda, rotolante come una palla da biliardo sul tappeto verde è una cosa, continuare a spingere, a fare piccoli segmenti come fa lui è un'altra, però si vede che
stile redditizio, Stefano. Comunque Lemaitre 20,51, Shinji Takahira
molto bene.
Scusate, vado a riepilogare i 3 qualificati e poi proseguiamo con il commento. Shinji Takahira, Giappone 20,87, poi Mosito Leata di Lesotho 21,03. Direi
l'unico
Marvin
problema,
Anderson deludente, 21,09 a pari merito, quarta posizione assieme al sudafricano Lebogang Mung.
Sì, dunque nulla da fare, i tempi di recupero rimangono quelli già detti. È iniziato il secondo gruppo qualificazione nel martello femminile, ha già lanciato la polacca Anita Wlodarczyk 71,09, dunque si qualifica, va ad aggiungersi alle altre atlete del primo gruppo la
Lemaitre. Stefano?
Sì, dicevo che qui sui 200 ha una grande, invece è bene,
sì,
lo vedete, sta completamente decontratto, con le braccia nemmeno spinge,
rilassato,
completamente fermo.
Tra l'altro tempo di reazione sullo sparo 0,146, il migliore in assoluto in questa batteria.
Sì,
uscito molto bene dai blocchi.
Sui 200 il tempo di reazione conta relativamente,
certo meno che sui 100,
molto meno, e invece qui vedete le braccia sono completamente ferme, quindi vuol dire che non sta spingendo neanche con le gambe. Braccia e gambe vanno ovviamente in sincronismo perfetto. Ha fatto una curva così di forza, come hai detto giustamente tu, e poi sul rettilino si è rilassato. È un po' pesantone, un po' legnoso,
sì, la
come
struttura fisica è abbastanza pesante,
esatto, come duecentista un po' legnoso, però evidentemente
potente abbastanza per fare il tempo.
Sì. Guardate che cosce grosse, insomma, corre
La differenza di fisico con il brasiliano Sandro Viana, che è arrivato secondo, lui ha un fisico molto più longilineo.
Ecco questa immagine molto bella che ci dice che è completamente rilassato. Sì. Corre senza spingere troppo.
Completa scioltezza. Allora andiamo al riepilogo dei risultati. Nicola Schmid 20,47, Sandro Viana, ecco qui anche a grafica, Sandro Viana secondo 20,66 per il Brasile, poi il giapponese Toshi Saito con 20,80, il suo frutto del vivaio giamaicano stellare. Nicola Schmid in terza, tutti i favori del pronostico per lui, e gli altri non sono atleti di livello. Probabilmente questa è la batteria.
C'è Dawson in prima.
Jeremy Dodson, sì, lo statunitense. Al di là di Dodson e Schmid, gli altri sono tutti discreti atleti, ma i due si fanno preferire. Partenza valida, subito buona mi sembra la partenza per Nicola Schmid, è uscito fuori dai blocchi come un siluro, e la sua corsa direi di potenza su questa curva, molto muscolato l'atleta giamaicano, che adesso prova a distendersi sul rettilineo finale e va a prendersi, passa nei primi tre subito forte, partito il brasiliano Bruno De Barros, come bene direi anche in sesta corsia Gerd Gonachton, e però adesso esce Alonso Edwards, il panamense Edwards davanti a Bruno De Barros. Questi primi due come da pronostico, 20,55 per Alonso Edwards e Bruno De Barros poco dietro. Dunque intanto Elisabetta prosegui pure, poi torniamo con i risultati.
Sì, ecco, dicevamo Fabrizio, avevi trovato con la gara che parte che io non avevo visto, prego.
Allora,
aspettiamo un attimo.
Sì, aspettate magari lì, poi torniamo da voi. Andiamo a seguire questa sesta delle 7 inclusi a livello di batterie.
Sì, qui abbiamo visto una batteria un po' più combattuta, non con un grandissimo risultato cronometrico, perché 20,63 per vincere.
20,68 a pari merito, dunque Sorillo e Forsyth.
Prima era stato buono Alonso Edward, che è la medaglia d'argento di Berlino in 19,81 dietro a Bolt, lo ricorderete. Un'altra annotazione è che i brasiliani corrono, per cui in ottica 4% bisognerà stare attento al Brasile e ovviamente anche a Trinidad e Tobago.
4%, l'Italia sta provando moltissimo i cambi, dunque speriamo che questo possa essere un punto di forza in uno di quelli che sono naturalmente gli elementi chiave della 4%, perché il passaggio del testimone naturalmente può consentire, migliorandosi, limando tutte le imperfezioni in quel momento della frazione, può consentire di aumentare il livello complessivo della squadra, anche se singolarmente magari i 4 non sono all'altezza degli altri, giusto Stefano?
Sì, giustissimo.
Occhio a Michael Herrera, il cubano in settima, e ad Arnaldo Abrantes, portoghese, in ottava. Faccia, bandiera della Giamaica, Mario Forsyth, prima di partire.
Ogunodi, Ashmead, Lemaitre, Mathieu, Maslach and Collins. The Brazilian Viana disqualified. Away no trouble this time. Lemaitre pricked into his running. Fascinating to see how he goes. Well, he's going very well indeed. But the blue vest of Mathieu of the Bahamas just outside him. On the outside, Kim Collins has got a terrific start as well. And at the moment, it's Ashmead and Lemaitre and Collins pretty much together. Lemaitre is such a strong finisher, and he's going to take it. Ashmead in second place. On the inside, it's Ogunodi in third. And there's the result. Maitre 20.17, Ashmead 20.32, Ogunodi 20.58, beating Kim Collins.
Screaming and shouting. Earlier today we had an awful lot of school children in who were given free tickets, and they loved it, seeing the great man himself. I was waiting for that. Really is lighting the crowd up tonight.
Well, I guess on form, Steve, probably Cirillo and Saidi Jury running for second place.
Well, that's right. Cirillo was the US collegiate champion, second in the Central American Championships. Davis Patton, as you said, just on the outside of Bolt, 8th in the Olympics, 8th in the World Championships, and 100 metres, second American. They're away. Bolt has gone off hard, catching up on Patton on his outside. Also going well in there is Said Naduri of Norway. But it's going to be Bolt, as always, into the lead as they come down the straight. Relaxing already, looking around and cruising. Cirillo and Said Naduri running well, and also DeBarris of Brazil coming through. Well, that was a very, very relaxing run indeed. 20.32 for the big band. Very, very relaxed indeed. The fingers go up, the crowd are on their feet. No problems for Usain Bolt. Said Naduri of Norway coming in second place there with 20.50. And Bruno.
Very good Jamaican. Well, Dix, the American, always powerful out of the blocks. He's already taken a couple of meters out of Christian Malcolm inside him, coming up on the shoulder of Mario Forsyth. Alonso Edwards has been passed, and it's Dix of America who leads. Walter Dix looking around, looking almost as easy as the great man in the previous heat, and Edwards finishing quickly. It's Dix and Alonso Edwards of Panama who qualify for the final. 20.38, 700ths of a second slower than Usain Bolt, and an almost equivalent headwind as well. But that was very impressive from the American. Immediately off the track through the mix zone. He'll get changed, he'll go back after the requisite interview, of course, to American television. Disappointing down in 5th place, but there are the qualifiers, and the two fastest losers, Barros of Brazil and Cirillo of Trinidad. But I was so impressed with the man at the top of the table there, Christophe Lemaitre, on this week in the semi-final of the 100 meters. But is this final all about Usain Bolt, or will somebody else challenge him? By his own admittance, he's not 100% fit. But when your name is Usain Bolt, you have a certain amount of invincibility about you. This could be a brilliant final. Lemaitre, surely destined for stardom in the future. Dix, he's been there before, but he's never won the big one. Can he do it this time? The men's 200-meter final. Bolt didn't get the best start. Walter Dix is going well, and so is Ashmead. And Christophe Lemaitre is going well, and Alonso Edwards, the silver medalist, is out. But look at Usain Bolt run that turn. He's streaking away. He's really turning it on in this final. Dix in second place, Lemaitre third, but there's only one Usain Bolt. And 19.42, one of the fastest times in history again. Another gold medal for the brilliant Jamaican. The 4th fastest time ever. Now, if he can do that when he's not 100% fit, what is he going to do when he is fit?
Absolutely fantastic, isn't he? He's so good for our sport, so relaxed, really is a showman, but he's got a prodigious talent, and that was displayed yet again by the 4th fastest time in history. He can pull it out whenever he wants to when it comes to major championships, and that really, the fastest, I don't think so. Let's have a look again. He's in lane 3, he's running hard. Walter Dix is almost being caught now with 70 metres, stretching it out. Lemaitre's running well though, he's trying hard to hold that lane. But from here on in, there was no stopping the man. Walter Dix is left in his wake. Lemaitre is coming hard to break 20 seconds. And there's the gap, 3 or 4 metres. Well, they just cannot catch this man, even if he's not at 100%. That is the 4th fastest time ever, perhaps not even on the fastest track, and he's looking up as he's doing it. Conditions here are not good, it's not that warm, slight wind, gritting his teeth and working hard. He wanted a good time, he wanted to prove a point, and he did just that.
Well, I think we've actually had some of the best conditions for sprinting that we've had all week. There was a slight follow.
Said Naduri in 4th broke 20 seconds and couldn't get amongst the medals.
That is a great caption. Usain Bolt, champion once again, 19.4. Just a reminder, the 4th fastest time in history. Walter Dix, 19.7. Christophe Lemaitre, 19.8. Wow.
Lemaitre's 19.8 ties that of Atto Boldon at the Olympics in 1996 as the fastest ever third place time.
Well, in fact, I think, Peter, those are the fastest 3 times in the world this year.
Oh yes, we've perhaps been seeing the world list a little bit short of what we'd expected before, just 2 men under 20 seconds. We came here with Bolt 1986 and Ashmead 1995. That's been changed.
Well, in the end there was only 1 star, but there was a cracking supporting cast, wasn't there? Fancy running 1995, Steve, and only coming 4th.
Superb. Well, we expected it. They left it to the last, didn't they, really? Alonso Edwards there of Panama going out round the bend, but he was trying to chase too hard, the man in front, I think, and having said that, couldn't make it. But look at this. We will perhaps never see the likes of this man in our lifetime again. We thought that was going to be the case maybe with Michael Johnson, and then this man came along. Beautiful, relaxed. Walter Dix is now trying to catch this man. He just can't do it. After that 100 metres, what a disappointment for the crowd, but he certainly came back tonight and shown them what he can do.
So, an Olympic Games and